Okay, so I haven't done a video in this style since my wallpaper engine video, which was my first video in this channel. I'm going to make a video about the quintessential quintuplets. So I'm gonna specifically going to rank each of the characters, well, each of the sister characters, the main 5 characters, based on what I absorb in the manga. I've read this manga twice fully, so there are probably things I missed, but I'm gonna give it my shot. I want to make a YouTube video about this and be done with the series and move on. I am going to rank each character in order based on their name. So Itsuki is first, Nino is second, and then Miku will be third, Yotsuba fourth, Ichika fifth. I'm not gonna cover everything because this video will be super long. I'm just gonna cover my favorite moments. That's it. I'm just gonna cover my favorite moments. And yeah, there will be spoilers. First character is Itsuki. Itsuki was the first character that was shown, of course, outside of Futsuro. First main character out of the sisters. I like her personality. For her personality, like she is serious and like very like diligent. When it comes to Itsuki and Futsuro's relationship, I do think they have the best interactions, in my opinion. Some of my favorite parts are in chapter 2. Another one of my favorite moments is the whole chapter 7, which is Our Day Off number 1. Itsuki showed up to Futuro's house to give him pay for tutoring, and after this, he decided to use his money on Reinhardt and went to the arcade. Itsuki came along because of Reinhardt, and the moment between Futuro and the arcade are some of the best interactions, in my opinion. Probably in the whole manga, to be honest. It felt natural to me, and it was to the point where I thought Itsuki was going to be the bribe at the end. At this point, right here. There are many moments like this, but I think that's my favorite Itsuki moment that I want to share personally. For her character development, I felt like she likes Futaro, but she put that in the side the second half of the story. And I wasn't a fan of her like one story at the end of the manga with the dad. Yeah, but I guess it's not part of her character. Alright, I would say this, like, at the end of the story, I would say, like, I think Itsuki is the best match for Futaro, personally, out of all the sisters. It just, like, that's what I feel like. Just their interactions and stuff. But she is the first girl, but as well I know, Itsuki was not the bribe. It was almost like she was like too late, just like show her feelings for Futaro, cause she put it to the side, like I mentioned earlier. So yeah. So in the tier list, I'll put Itsuki at an A rank. That sounds good, right? Yeah, A rank. I'll put her A for now. Alright, time to move on. And the second character, which is Nino. So yeah, like many other people, I wasn't a fan of Nino. Personally, at the beginning, I didn't like the part, especially when she drugged Futaro. I think that was the moment where I was like, yeah, I wasn't a fan of this character. But I knew that she'd probably change. Cause I doubt she'd be like the whole manga. And I was right. But there were some moments I liked in the beginning. But she will be ranked last among the 4 other characters up until like half of the story, around half. Because like, you know, she was just so mean to Futaro and like her sisters and stuff. I wasn't a fan. But yeah, she starts to change like around like 1 to 7 goodbye chapters, when she starts to become more softer towards Futaro, I'll say. And like these some nice moments during that 7 goodbye chapters, the last like couple chapters. And then of course in a couple chapters later, in chapter 59, she confessed to Futaro. I think she was the first to confess her feelings to Futaro, to be honest. Like straight up say I like you. First time reading, I would say she was one of my favorites from chapter 59 and up, to be honest. She was my favorite. But second time reading, I mean, I still like her as a character. You know, it's like straight up character development where she became unlikable to likable. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, of course, there's like a bunch of things I miss with Nino. You know, there's like her and her dad, and her and Miku, like those like conflicts. Actually, there is a moment at the end of the manga where like in her like side story at the end, like very end. It's her like side story, like chapter 104, I believe. It was alright. I thought it was alright. But I like the moment in that chapter. She says something like, "Thanks for letting Futaro teach us," and I like that moment. It might be one of my favorites, to be honest. No, it's definitely not my favorite moment from Nino, but I like that moment. That sticks out. So yeah, I think I'll say for Nino, on a tier list, she'll be C beginning half, and S second half, or maybe A. Just being super aggressive towards like Futaro, I'll say it seems like she's being aggressive like with her feelings out of any other. Well, I will say any other. I'm not really sure about that actually, but she did seem aggressive though. Maybe selfish, maybe? Question mark. But yeah, Nino. Personally, I'll put her A too. Let's put her A. Yeah, I'll put Nino at A for now. I'll say right, maybe. Not. Yeah, that's good. A rank seems a nice rank for her at the moment. I might change it later. The third character is Miku. I think Miku is everyone's favorite and most popular out of the sisters. Either Miku or Nino, but I'm pretty sure it's Miku. I see her everywhere. In the beginning, I didn't think much about her. She seems like a lot to herself, personality-wise. But like, however, we see more Miku in like chapter 3, where she's like the focus. I would say around like chapter 3 is where Futaro and Miku like connect. I would say. Is that the right word to say? One of my favorite moments from these early chapters that I missed first time reading is when Miku opened the books Futaro rented and seeing his name on it. I missed that the first time. Second time reading, I'm glad I caught that. It seems like Miku will like Futaro early on. Like what I noticed with Miku is that she wanted to confess to Futaro many times. I'll say it probably after chapter 3, or not chapter 3. I forgot, but it was like early on, throughout the whole manga, throughout the whole story. What bothers me is that she had so many opportunities, but she never done it. She couldn't do it. She tried to impress Futaro and then confess, which doesn't happen in the story until I guess the end, maybe. But again, I think it was too late. Like I think she always was trying to like impress Futaro and Futaro being like impressed. In her mind, she thinks like it's an opportunity to confess, and it never happened throughout the story. An example is that around chapter 50 and 58, she thought she scored the highest in the exam with 238 points, and Futaro wasn't impressed with her. It seems like Miku was about to confess, but Ichika came in and scored the highest with 240 points, and all the focus was on Ichika. I guess that is part of her character and character development, so I guess that part about Miku is fine. Later on, she grew up as a character and she started to become more independent as a character, I'll say. Also, another thing I noticed with Miku second time reading is that it seems like she appears most, like she has the most like screen time out of any other character, which is pretty interesting. As for a tier list, I'll put Miku as okay, I'll also put Miku as an A tier. Honestly, I'll just do that. So one of these characters are gonna go in S tier, but right now they're all A. Alright, next character, Yotsuba, the fourth character. I don't really know how I feel about Yotsuba. It's gonna be short. She seems high energy and cheerful, at least in the beginning. Actually, I think she's like that throughout the story. For me, she didn't shine as much as the other characters. That being said, there are some moments that I like for example, the whole chapter 36 and 37. The interactions between Futaro and Yotsuba are good here. I really like the interactions in that moment. Yotsuba taking Futaro to places her sisters like instead of what she likes. The character gets more interesting for me later into the manga. We later find out that she was the girl with Futaro in Kyoto a couple years back. I actually like her backstory too. And of course Yotsuba is the one that wins at the end. And for me, I mean, it doesn't really bother me, but I do think Itsuki should have won, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, Yotsuba, just thinking about a good character. Again, more moments did happen, of course, with Yotsuba, but I'll probably put her B, honestly. I just feel like, yeah, I'm just not feeling as strong towards Yotsuba as like the other characters at A rank right now. So I'll put Yotsuba at B. Maybe her character development isn't as strong as the other characters, I'll say. That's what it seemed like to me. Alright, and last character was Ichika. Just like Yotsuba, I don't have much to say about Ichika, to be honest. I liked her in the beginning though, I'll say that. I did like her in the beginning. She's A tier in the beginning. Cause like, you know, she's the older sister. And I was vibing with her. So yeah, her characters really showed at chapter 9 to 12, I would say. Like in the beginning, like, again, like just like Mika, I didn't think much about her. But like, it's like chapter 9 and 12. It's probably, and also in chapter 9 and 12, those are my favorite moments of Ichika. Of the whole manga. But yeah, I think towards like the end, it seems like her character, I think after chapter 9 and 12, her character just went downhill. Kind of went down for me after chapter 12. I would say, like I didn't like what she did trying to impersonate Miku at that moment, that one moment. Yeah, she did a lot of like bruh things actually. I would say she seemed selfish with her like feelings, but at the end she did have the best side story. I will say that she had the best side story out of all the characters in the manga. At the end, the best side story at the end. I'll say that at the end of chapter 101. But yeah, I guess Ichika. I mean, I'll also put it B. I guess for this tier list, I'll probably just do that. I think this is the best. If I want to like, this is my ranking. No one at D, because no one's awful. No one's a bad character. So I guess you can get my reasoning. So yeah, Miku. You know, I like Miku. I think Miku's like consistently. I liked her throughout the manga. And I guess same way with Itsuki. I like both of them throughout the manga. They're just like consistently just good. Or like as Nino, I didn't like her in the beginning. Yotsuba, I like Yotsuba at the beginning, but not as much. And yeah, towards the end, I guess she was already towards the end too. Itsuki, I liked her in the beginning, but she kind of fell off for me. Just the events that happens with her in the moment. But yeah, again, these two are interchangeable though. But I think Mika is probably the best. So yeah, it's just a normal. Just like everyone else, probably Miku S rank. You know, I could be. I guess I could be just be like, I could just do that, just to be different, you know. Actually, this doesn't look bad. This doesn't look too bad. Yeah, you know, this doesn't look bad. You know, I'm doing this. This is it. Final. Maybe Nino will be up here and some days. Some days she can be up here, but yeah, this is final. I'm doing this. Locking it down. I'm done. I'm done with the series. But yeah, this is my first time ever doing something like this, and it's probably scuffed, but if anyone is listening to here, thank you. And yeah, see ya. Have a good day.